we'll begin our session. Okay, I'll let you know. Okay. अच्छा अभिषेक मेरा नोटिफिकेशन का ट्यून भी आ रहा है क्या? ठीक है. So I have quit the app. तो अगर कुछ भी कहना हो ना तो like someone can come and tell me. The trailer is on.
Ready? One, two, three, go.
Okay. So, hello everyone. We are back live again for another interview session, and we have Mohit here with us, and he is going to interview us for the Infosys digital specialist engineer profile. So, we are just going to wait for a couple of minutes so that you can just let us know in the comment section if we are clearly audible, and both me and Mohit are clearly visible as well. And we are going to start off with the session. Okay, so let's start off with the session here. So we have Mohit here with us. Welcome, Mohit, for the session today.
Hello, ma'am.
Can you please introduce yourself for the audiences?
Hello, everyone. I am Mohit Gaur, currently pursuing BTech from SCTI Vidisha. I got selected in Infosys as a digital specialist engineer. Uh, that's about a little introduction about me.
Okay, so that was a very quick, brisk, and clear introduction about Mohit. So, Mohit, we would like to begin with knowing about the drive that you sat for. So, this particular Infosys drive, was it an on-campus or an off-campus drive?
Basically, this is a off-campus drive
Yeah.
organized every year for a third-year student, known
All
as an
right.
InfTQ exam.
Mm-hmm. So
That
where did you get the information that this particular drive was going on, and how did you register through it?
I will get information from Instagram, Prep Insta website that I from there I got information, and then I start registration and start preparation.
All right, so you did get the notification because we keep updating our students
Yes,
about the latest drive. So
yes,
great that you got this particular opportunity, and so you started off with registering for like directly for the InfTQ examinations,
yes,
right? All right, so like let me take a guess at it. Was this your first placement examination that you sat for?
yes. This is my first.
Okay, and you got selected for the
Yes,
same.
yes.
So, would you think that this is a luck by chance thing for you, or was it all your hard work and
No, I prepared hard for that because I am interested in that
yeah?
role as well.
Okay. So, Infosys has been on your dream bucket company.
Maybe yes, because it is a very big company, but
Yeah.
now I am focusing on some other product-based companies.
All right. So, you are still preparing for other
Yes,
companies and
yes,
looking for more opportunities.
yes,
Great, Mohit. So, that's the way, like, best way to grow yourself.
yes.
So great. All right. So let's begin with the first step that you must have taken after registering for this particular drive, that is preparations. Right. So how, like, what notifications were given to you about the rounds, and how did you go about the preparation?
Because there are three different rounds. So first is a certification round. In
Okay.
that they require the experience and the huge knowledge of OOPS and DVMS. So
Okay.
I started preparation Python and OOPS concept
Hmm.
and DBMS and hands-on. Basically, I'm doing coding from the my first years of college. Then I
Yeah.
it is not hard for me, but the OOPS and DBMS part is little bit new for me. So I
Hmm.
start from YouTube and some other resources. I learned Python from Papista, and
Okay.
then I start preparation. And my first certification exam is on February. I start in
February
December.
2022, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so you started your preparation for the first certification round.
yes.
Okay, and this was completely coding based,
No, there are 10 oops and exception handling question.
concept based.
Basically, this is
Hmm.
happens in two languages, Python and Java. So I
Okay.
my primarily is Python, so I selected Python,
Hmm.
and there are 20 objective question and two hands-on. It
Okay.
and 3 hour duration. Basically, 10 question from DVMS and
Hmm.
20 and 10 for oops and exception
Oops.
handling in
Okay.
selected language.
Hmm.
I have completed all these oops and DVMS. Then my exam was pretty much well, and I
Hmm.
completed solved all the questions, and
Okay.
uh, then I waiting for the result. And
All right.
in March, I got mail that you have selected for the advantage round, which is the second round.
That was the second round. All
Yes.
right. So for the first round, can you tell me the level of difficulty? Because you were already good at coding, so that means that even if the difficulty was high, it would be easy for you. But
Yes, but
let's say for an average student who is just like entered because you gave this examination in a third year,
yes,
right? So let's say that the person is an average student. So what would be the level of difficulty for this particular exam?
medium to high, the level of difficulty, because
Hmm.
the DMS objective question is not for a beginner level. If you have a practice of 1 or 2 months,
Hmm.
then only you can solve the question, and then
Okay.
database management and
Yeah.
the hands-on questions are, we can say, for the certification round it is easy and medium. There are two questions. One is basically from binary search, array or string,
Hmm.
and the second is like DP or stack.
Okay.
That's
All right. So you say that you need good level of preparation to clear the first round because you
yes,
will get medium to high difficulty questions,
yes,
right? So all of the students who are watching this and are aiming to get placed through InfyTQ in Infosys, it is highly recommended that you get your game on DBMS very strong and OOPS concept as well, along with hands-on coding.
yes.
That goes without saying, right? So definitely make sure that you prepare well. And like, what time limit would you say that would require you to prepare well? Like, is it 15 days, 30 days, 40 days? What would be the best way to prepare?
6 month approx.
Okay, so I
Because
went very less on the days.
it is
Okay.
a very long journey with
Hmm.
the examination and your learning as well, because there are lots of time you will get during the examination between the rounds.
Hmm.
My first and second round approx 1 month
Okay,
difference
so
is.
you have a long time to prepare as well for the second round.
Yes, yes,
So, anyone who is looking forward to just sit for the examination for within, let's say, 3 weeks or 2 weeks' time, make sure that you are sitting with very good preparations. Otherwise, there may be chances that you may not be selected,
yes,
right? So you need to have a good preparation. And if you are looking for good DBMS or a good OOPS concept, preparation material, do look forward to Prepinsta and Prepinsta Prime as well because we provide good courses as well, different courses segregated into DBMS, OOPS concept, and other concepts of coding as well. Right. So that was your first one, and the first round already seems so intense.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this was a complete 3 hour round, you said.
3 hours and
Okay.
3 hours,
Hmm.
and second round also of 3 hours,
Okay.
which have only three coding questions, just like Hack with Infi that
Hmm.
organized
Hack
by
with
Info.
yeah.
It is
Okay.
similar to that. Yes.
All right. So after the first examination, you got your meal of selection within how many days? A week?
1 month.
The selection mail came after a month, or
Yes.
the exam was after a month.
The examinations, I am selected for the next round. The mail is received after 1 month.
Okay. So, like, you must have spent the entire 1 month thinking about it, whether you're selected or whether you're not,
Yes.
right? Or were you like very confident, like, no, I have prepared well, I have given well, so I'll be
Yes.
selected.
Me, I am very confident because
So very confident.
I have prepared at almost all the previous year question I have
Okay.
taken and solved.
So previous year questions are again very important
Yes.
all for all of you. So make sure that you are practicing the previous year questions, and well, you will find some of them on our websites as well.
Yes.
All right. So moving forward to 1 month of anticipation, and then you have the mail. So what
Yes.
did the mail say, and after how many days did you have the exam?
After the mail, after 2 days, I have a next round,
Okay.
advantage round.
Hmm.
In
Right.
that I have start preparing previous year question because there are little time because I have doing coding from the previous, so I have just practiced the mostly asked question that you got from Prep Insta as well,
Hmm.
uh, and
Okay.
from there I have start preparation.
Hmm. All right. So the second round, the advanced round, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So that is again, I am guessing that is going to be another higher difficulty.
Yes.
Yes. It,
There are three question of different. We can say easy, moderate, and high. But in
hmm.
Infosys, the easy is also a very difficult question. It is
Okay.
not so. Basically, these
So
are shuffled. So we can't say the first is
hmm,
easy, second is
yeah,
moderate. So
depends on the level of your preparation,
yes, yes.
right? So what was the level for you? Was it very high? I think it was easy for you.
Not much easy. I have solved three question, but not completely.
Okay.
First, I have solved all the test case passed for first question, and for second and third, partially I have solved because it is much very harder
Hmm.
as my level. For
Okay.
other,
So
it
if
may be simple, but it's much harder for me.
I am presuming that if it was difficult for you, for others it might have been way more difficult.
Yes,
Because like you said that your coding is very strong, right?
yes,
You have been coding from your first year. So you
yes,
have 3 years of preparation. And students who are just preparing for, let's say, 6 months or 5 months or 4 months, it will be very difficult for them. So everyone who is listening this particular statement over here, please, you have to have your coding strong,
yes.
right? And Mohit, was there any option of, let's say, switching your languages, or did you have
Yeah,
to?
yeah, yeah, you can easily switch your language. In first round, there are only in Java and Python, and in the
Okay.
advantage round, you can choose any language of your choice.
All right. So, like, can you switch between first, second, third? Like, for example, for the first question,
Yes,
I took Java. For the second, I took Python.
yes, you can different language for different. Even you switch between questions as well. If you want to do second question first, you can switch.
Okay. So it was kind of very easily navigable.
Yes,
All right. So I think that the first question, like, so you have 3 hours again, 1 hour
yes,
for each question, we may presume.
yes. 3 hours for
Hmm.
total three questions.
All right. So, Mohit, do you have any idea, let's say, for the first or second question, do you have a basic idea of what the question was, like a structure, if you can give us?
The first question is basically on that I have solved completely, which is on array, and I think I have used a two-pointer approach in that.
Okay.
It is easy and moderate. We can say easy to moderate. And second question is kind difficult. We can I am not I can't able to solve the all the test case.
Okay.
Uh, and then third question I use hacks, different type of hacks,
Hmm.
because it is based on DP, mostly graph and trees.
Okay. Crafting.
So it is kind of much difficult question. We can say third one.
Hmm.
And second is also a DP and stack. I use the greedy algorithms for that greedy
Okay.
kind of approach. So this
So these were the three very different questions, not
yeah,
even similar to each other, very
yes,
different questions varying also on the difficulty level as well.
Yes, yes,
So, like, a hearty congratulations that you cleared that particular round.
yes,
I think it needed a lot of preparation for the same,
yes,
right? So, all of the students, please make sure that you have a good level of preparations when you're sitting for MPTQ. Also, because you did not have any aptitude test particularly,
yes.
so these two coding rounds will test your skills to the core.
I think
So,
this year Infosys added one more round in which aptitude is added.
okay, so you did not have that round.
No, no, I
You
don't.
did not have. All right. So after this particular round, what did you have? It was directly the interview, and after how many days did you get the selection made?
Uh, in March, I have given the second round, and in April, I received that you have cleared the advantage round and you are selected for the interview.
So again, another 1 month of anticipation.
Yes.
So
Uh,
what did you do in that 1 month? Were you constantly thinking whether you are selected or not?
no, I am continue with my exam, college
Patient.
preparation, and all.
Hmm.
Uh,
Also, because this was your first, so did you have very less expectations or very high expectations?
very high expectation.
Okay, the first one obviously takes on the highest
Yes.
expectations.
uh,
Okay.
because I'm preparing for that. If I even not clear, then the preparation will have to for other examination
Hmm.
as well. So
Exactly.
I'm preparing and doing my work. Uh, what happen
Okay.
will not thinking
All
what will
right.
happen.
Yeah, not thinking about the results.
Yes.
Okay, so the interview day is here. So let's talk about the interview preparations first, right? So you had 1 whole month of thinking and anticipating whether you're selected. So did you
Yes.
prepare for the interview? Because you must have had 10% of feeling that you will be selected.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, First, before the getting mail, I used to watch videos, experience videos on YouTube that
Hmm.
Infosys, DSE interview experience and
Hmm.
other experience as well. What kind of question ask if I interview?
Hmm.
Visited website, different website.
Hmm.
On Prep Insta YouTube channel, I have watched the interview experience videos,
Okay.
different, and that's prepare. And mostly I worked on project at that time, so I
Okay.
project is most important for
Hmm.
the interview. Then I completed my project
Yeah.
and learned basics of Python, or what I filled in resume, that I review and redesign my resume in such a manner that I ask every question,
Hmm.
and tackle that every question.
Hmm.
uh, so that's preparation that I have
Yeah.
done.
So I think that you have, like ticked off all the important checkpoints of interview preparation. So you watched the previous year interview experiences, and then you went through your resume and you redesigned it. That's
Yes.
a very good term that all the students should do with that before you're sitting for an interview. Always redesign your resume according to the profile and make sure that everything you have are answerable. You know everything. And third, very most important thing you said is projects. I think this particular profile needs projects,
Yes.
right? So very, very important.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about the interview day. So what was going on your mind, and then how did the interview go?
Basically, this is a first interview, so I'm thinking how the thing will happen. But as the interviewer comes, then I think that interviewer was a very calm person. That's like we are talking. My interview went in the
Okay.
same manner. It around 40 minutes, and I got a selection mail in last of in starting of May. In May, I received that you are selected for the interview, and they have given me different slot according to
Mhm.
your convenience that you can book.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I have selected one slot, and
Mhm.
then it was a 40-minute interview.
Okay. So
So
40 minutes. All
yes,
right. So
uh,
let's begin with what was the first thing that you were asked? Obviously, after introduction.
yes.
So what did they start with?
First, they asked my project,
Hmm.
uh, and about 20 to 15 to 20 minutes, they asked me and about my project. I explained each and everything
Hmm.
of my project, how I worked, what technology I have used.
Hmm.
After that, they asked one hands-on programming question by sharing my screen.
Okay. So
Uh,
you also had a programming question.
Yes.
Hmm.
uh, and after that, they asked for a HTML program because I mentioned it. I am good in full stack development, so they
Okay.
asked to write a design a page in front of him.
Hmm.
So I designed that, and after that they asked questions on HTML, JavaScript, and jQuery, because I don't know about Java. They know why you are from a mechanical background, why you want to switch into uh, CS or IT company.
Yeah, yeah.
So they
That is
ask.
that may also be the question for a lot of audiences, like belonging from a mechanical background,
Yes.
right? So, what led to the interest of getting into the CS side?
Basically, the coding. My interest is basically in coding, not
Okay.
about the jobs and all.
Hmm.
That's why I go with that flow.
So your passion is coding.
Yes.
Then why mechanical?
Uh, Mechanical. I think I not selected for the at that time. My rank is not good.
Okay.
That.
But obviously, at least you are finally being able to do what you wanted,
Yes.
follow coding. All right. So you have the questions based on projects. Again, very important, students. If you are sitting for any interview, make sure that you have good projects on your resume, and these should be the projects which are working, right? Which
Yes.
you have on hand, and not like I don't have them or I forgot them. That shouldn't be the thing. You should have the projects in your hand when you're telling them to the interviewers, right? So if you want great projects, we also have a lot of projects for you. So make sure that you are checking us out as well. Okay, so you have projects, and then you were asked for a coding question as well, on the spot coding question,
Yes.
right? And then you also have another full stack question as well, right?
Yes.
So I think it was a little pressurizing, like what it sounds to be.
They also asked to write a query on DBMS.
Okay, so you had everything in just one tight interview.
Yes.
Yeah. So was
There
it
are
completely technical?
yes, no HR, only
There was
technical.
no HR interview
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
All right. So I think HR interviews just calm you down and takes off the burden. But because
Yes.
you had all the questions based on technical, the
Yes.
pressure was high.
There were basically the pressure is not much because the interviewer are also helping me
Hmm.
for that solving the question and
Hmm.
guiding me how you can go
Hmm.
solve that, and that's why it become little bit easy for me
Hmm. Hmm.
at that time, and that is good.
Hmm. Yeah. So I think that's another maybe a good luck that you got a good calm interviewer, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of times it happens that the interviewers may not be that much calm
Yes.
as you must have gotten, right? So I think your first experience, the first placement experience, was completely like you would have wanted it to be.
Yes.
It was
All.
good, it was exciting, everything all in one, right? So there are a lot of okay, so you already have a query from a student which says share your LinkedIn ID. So Mohit's LinkedIn ID has been given in the description box. So if you want to go and follow him, connect with him, and if you guys want to sit up together and discuss about the placements, his LinkedIn ID profile has been given in the description box. So make sure that you go and connect with him, right? So there's a question, Mohit. Are you a fresher? Lalit wants to know.
Basically, yes, I am a
Yes.
fresher.
Yes, he is a fresher. He is in your, like, you are in your third
E-
year.
I am a final year
In your
now.
final year
Yes.
now. Yeah,
Yes.
but you were in your third year when you
Yes.
had given the
Yes.
placement examination. So yes, he is a fresher. Is internship necessary for placement? Now, this is a very good question. What do you think?
It is depends on the company role to role profile, because some company want experience, some preferred over fresher. If you have a internship experience, then it will prefer you,
Hmm.
but not necessary that you have an internship. But they will want that you have worked on a project, which team or
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah. So, Rohit, this is your answer that even if you don't have an internship, make sure that you have projects where you have worked. So, like internship, which shows your seriousness towards, let's say, work or profession, projects do the same. So, make sure that you have good projects if you don't have the internship opportunities. And also, it depends on the companies if they want it or not. All right, so let's see if we have any other question for you. Share your LinkedIn ID. Yeah. How many days do you need for your interview preparation?
Uh, it's for me. I done complete 1 month preparation
Hmm.
uh, because it is a long journey with because registration to the result, and
Hmm.
I got time between that. But at most 1 month is required if you have already completed that things
Hmm.
earlier. For a fresher that you have never learned, then you require much 3 month or 6 month time.
Yeah, so I think you are very much dedicated to your preparations that you are preparing for one company or two companies from 6 months,
Yes.
right? Also, this is a very important tip for the students that if you're preparing for the particular company, the preparation that you've done is not just going to limit yourself to the company, but for your journey as well. So even if you're not selected in this company, that preparation will also help you for the other company as well, right? So that is something that you should do, that when you're preparing, prepare good. Don't just prepare for the sake of the company, right? So you had a very great placement experience, I would say. It's a journey. So starting from the first certification round, it was again difficult because you had to tackle the MCQ questions,
Yes.
competitive questions as well, right?
Yes.
So that was somewhere you were weak, but you did it.
Yes.
Then you moved towards the second round, which was the advanced round, and you also had three questions highest difficulty, but you still somehow crossed it because you had
Yes.
prepared.
Yes.
And then you have the interview as well. So from this entire journey, Mohit, what would be some of the tips that you would love and like to give to the students who are watching you so they learn for their placement as well?
Firstly, always try to uh, solve every question per day for coding purpose. If you can solve every question and try to participate in different contests, so that helps you a lot in a real contest like in
Hmm.
Egg within P, etc. And for the coding and the other thing, you have to go with structured courses that I have learned from different place. Some other I learned something from YouTube, something from website, some different website. So if you go with a structured thing like Prepinsta has a courses like structured,
Hmm.
so that saves you lots of time that I
Yeah.
wasted in that.
Yeah. Instead of just beating around the bush, instead of going around and not having proper structure, it confuses you,
Yes.
right? So if you want a good structure, start from the basics. Like we have structured our courses from basics, then intermediate, then advanced, right? So once you go in that structure, it becomes easy for you. It's a very good tip. And lastly, what would be the third tip that you would want?
Uh, Always try to learn new thing and again, because if you learn again and again you will something find new in that.
Hmm.
I'm always try to go with live webinars
Hmm.
that provides some different knowledge and things you can go.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, and the other things, uh, that's
Okay. Yeah. So make sure that you are indulging yourself into live webinars and a continuous journey of learning. So again, coming from the pro, coming from Mohit himself, that make sure that you are concentrating on DSAs and you have structured courses, and also you are investing your time into live webinars and learning something new. Right. So these are very good tips that Mohit has provided you for your placement journey. So make sure that you have them in your life, place them in your placement journey somewhere, and the journey is going to be great and beautiful and successful as well, right? So we have another very important question for you from Rohit. How much DSA is required for placement?
you can't learn DSA in a quantity because it get from experience. If you solve much question, you have a good confidence on it. It
Yeah.
depends on how much confident you to solve that, tackle that
Yeah.
problem, your
Yeah.
thinking power, how you thinking to approach that problem.
Hmm.
So if you have a good experience, you can easily solve the questions.
Yeah. So Rohit, here is your answer that you cannot quantify DSA, but make sure that whatever DSA you are into, make sure that you have a good knowledge of it. Start again from the basics, move towards the advances, right? So you can also look for our courses because we have DSAs in other different languages as well. So if you want to, prefer your one particular language, you can do that as well. So how much DSA we cannot say, but good number of preparation in DSA that would be important for your placement, right? So we have another question. Aptitude test, how did you prepare? So Harshit, he did not have any aptitude test over here, but if you are preparing for aptitude test, Mohit, what would be your time limit? How much time would you give to aptitude?
Uh, I'm not much prepared for aptitude because in on-campus I've stated they require mostly on aptitude.
Hmm.
So I don't much. I take one book. I used to take one book for the aptitude,
Hmm.
and that's
And
all.
that would be it. So let's say 15, 20 days for aptitude and you are done with it.
Yes.
Right. So that is your answer, Harshit. Aptitude test would take around 15, 20 days of preparation if you're good at it and if your company does not have very difficult aptitude test. Depends on the company as well. Right. So we have answered all the questions for you. So if you want to have any other query answered for you, make sure that you're putting it in the live chat. If you want to connect with Mohit, his LinkedIn profile has been mentioned in the description box. So make sure that you go and connect with him and learn more about his placement journey as well. So we highly congratulate you, Mohit, for being placed in Infosys, and all the best for your upcoming future. Keep preparing. So thank you so much for being with us on this interview. And you have shared a lot of information for our audiences. So we hope that they have learned from you as well.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
thank
ma'am.
you, yeah, thank you so much for being with us. So we are going to wrap up this particular session. All right, so we have a quick question here. What is the level of DSA questions? I think you have repeatedly said that DSA questions are going to be a little difficult,
Yes.
right? So
Not as much easy as other company ask.
yeah,
Like
not as easy as other companies, but it's going to be difficult.
yes.
How to start with coding? So questions are coming. How to start with coding? Start with the basics.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Because like he said, it's going to be a structured program.
Yeah, first build your basic foundation of one programming language, then go with higher difficulty level question.
Competitive. Hmm.
Yes.
So start with the basics and then go to competitive and other levels of coding.
Yes.
Eligibility criteria for system engineer. Santosh, you will get all the information on our website for system engineer, right? So if you want to know about the eligibility criteria, you can go towards on our website and you can get all the information there. Right. Yes, DP graph part and everything is a part of the interview, like you said.
Yes.
Right. So yes, it is a part of the interview. We are going to wrap up our session over here. Thank you so much, Mohit, for joining us today. So we are ending our session right over here. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us as well. Thank you.
Thank you.